Today we're covering the song Run to the Father, and the good news about today's lesson is that it's pretty easy. If you're fairly new to guitar, you should be okay with this song. The strum pattern is a little bit different, which we'll cover. We'll of course cover all the chord shapes that you can use. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at the chart as a whole. That will give us a good feel of the song and what we need to look out for. And this charting system, by the way, I cover a full course on the Nashville number system, which this is based off of. And studio musicians use this style all the time. And I also offer courses for beginners, intermediate, advanced, electric as well. You can start all of those for $1. So check that out as you download this chart for free. Just check out the link in the description box. And you can see that a lot of the chords here are pretty easy. And we're going to be Capo 5 in this lesson using the G chord family. The song is actually in the key of C. So I'll show you the C chords as well if you want to experiment with that and try out those chords, maybe if you're new to the C chord family, or you want to complement a guitar that's capoed up higher with some lower chords. So we'll cover that as well. But you can see as far as the chart itself that the song flows pretty well. There's not a lot of tricky symbols or anything like that. In fact, a lot of the intro and the verse is even the same thing. So G, A minor, E minor to C. So a pretty simple progression that repeats a lot. And there's a few spots where you'll have a quicker switch than normal. So there's a box with E minor to D. So we'll cover how to play that with your right hand. That's a little bit of a quicker switch. And then near the end of the song, there's a few diamonds. And what that means is to just strum it and let it ring out for that measure. Again, this song being in 6/8, 68 beats per minute, it's not super fast. But the strum pattern is a little bit different than some of your other common time or 4/4 time songs. So we'll cover your right hand in just a minute. But for now, let's go ahead and jump into your chord shapes and make sure that you know how to play everything that you need for this song. So Capo 5 using G, and anytime you have a song in the key of C, this is your easiest option. Now once you get past Capo 5 and you start using G higher, your guitar is going to start to sound like a mandolin. It might be a little too high. In fact, this may be right on the line of sounding too high. Let me show you what a C sounds like. So it still sounds okay. You can still get away with it. It is a little bit easier. The frets do get smaller. They get not as wide as you go up the fretboard. So you may prefer it if you have trouble either pressing the strings down, that's a little easier, or if it's hard to kind of space out your fingers, you may prefer Capo 5 and G. So of course we have the G chord, A minor. The best thing here is just to lift your fingers off and jump and land into an A minor. E minor is really easy from A minor. You just take those two fingers that are already there and pop them up. Or sometimes I'll use a G over E. Now in this case, it might be harder to switch to that. And the E minor actually sounds pretty good in this progression. So that's up to you. You can either use G over E, which is G without the middle, or just an E minor shape. And then after E minor is a C. Again, you can just use your regular C. Or if you want to use a C2, you can do that. Now, as far as your left hand, you're gonna play all your chords normally. Just know though that your right hand won't necessarily play every single string strumming up. It's a really laid back song. It's actually kind of piano driven. It's not guitar driven. So you're not gonna lean into the chords really hard. You're really gonna kind of stay in the middle of the string. So with that in mind, you can mess with these chords a little bit. So for instance, the C chord, I may sometimes take my pointer off, give it kind of an open sound. An A minor, if you want to spruce that up, you can play an A minor 7, which is A minor without your ring. Same with your E minor. Play an E minor 7 by taking your ring finger off. So you can experiment with that type of thing on your own. Just try out taking off different the fingers that I just mentioned and see what you like and see what kind of sound you like that might complement what you're doing. If it's just you and a guitar, it might help to spruce up the chords a little bit. Let's take a look at the rest of the chart And you can see that's really mainly the only chords that we're using. You do see a G over B a little bit in the bridge. Anytime you see a slash chord like that, you can just play the first chord that you see. So you could just play the G. But what this is saying is to accent or start on the B bass note, which exists on the A string. So it's a G chord, you're just accenting that B bass note. If you have a bass player in the band, that's what they would play. But if you want to just play a G, that's no problem. So that's Capo 5. As far as your C chords, let's jump to the C chord family and take a look at those chords in case you want to practice them. So your C chord, of course, is just your traditional C. And then D minor, again, nothing surprising here, it's just a D minor chord. A minor chord. And then F, there's lots of different ways to play F. I always love playing an open sounding F. But there's some kind of easier ways to play F. I'm going to assume that you're kind of new and starting out. So the easiest way to play F is a C chord. And just move these top two fingers down one string. So you just have just 3 in a row right there. And it's even okay if you hit that open E. It's the easiest way to play F. It's not technically the right full way to play F. If you don't know that yet, don't worry about it. I'll cover it in other lessons. This will get you by. And then if you see a C over E chord, all that means is to play a C chord with an E in the bass note. So it might even be a little bit easier because you get to play everything in the C chord. So those are your chords. Let's talk now about your right hand. I'm going to capo back up to Capo 5. The intro of this song is really just diamonds. So you're kind of strumming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I mentioned this before, but nice and soft. You want to keep it really pulled back. You don't want to overdo it or overstrum it. As far as a strum pattern with your right hand, it's going to sound like this. So it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So that's going to give you that rhythm of 6/8. A 6/8 rhythm is kind of a back and forth, swaying back and forth motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is going to accent some of those off beats as well. So it'll sound like this: down, up, down, up. So just try that first part: down, up, and then your hand is in position to start the second half of that measure. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So 2 of those equals a measure of 6/8. So anytime you see a chord by itself, that's what you're doing. 2 of those: down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You can see I'm ready to go for my next chord switch. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then switch, switch. And I'm focusing, again, my attention kind of on the middle strings. I'm not doing full strums. And if you see a box, that means there are 2 chords that share the measure. So this is really easy. Instead of playing 2 rounds for a chord, you're just going to split that up with 2 different chords. So our example in the verse is E minor to D. So E minor, we get down, up, switch to D, down, up. And then after that, you're right back to a G for a full measure or 2 rounds. That's your strum pattern, and the more you do it, the more you'll get into kind of a groove with your right hand just going. So again, today was a pretty simple lesson, but you should now have everything you need with your left hand, a few different options with the capo, and then your right hand in strumming Run to the Father.